Hello everyone, Susan here with Life Stories, and we're just kind of wrapping up our segment that we've been dealing with a lot of grief issues and dealing with the loss of my mom. We've been taught from James, consider it all joy, James 1:2. My brother, whenever you encounter various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith will produce endurance, and let that endurance have its perfect results so that you may be perfect, complete, and not lacking anything. We've talked about the fact that grief is enduring. You need to go through it. You need to walk through it. You need to struggle with it in order to move through it. And so we've also talked about in Ecclesiastes the fact that there is a time to weep and a time to laugh. There's a time to mourn and a time to dance. But one of the things that we need to consider in the midst of all of that is the race that God has put before us. If we go to 1 Corinthians 9, we're looking at verse 24. It says, "You do not know that those who run the race, run in a race, all run, but only one receives the prize. Run in such a way that you may win." Grief lasts for a long time. For my situation, the hard grief lasted for 3 years. I remember very clearly the 3rd anniversary of my mom's passing, and I actually felt joy for the first time in 3 years. I had spent 3 years of trying to do it myself, get through it by myself, not depend on anyone. I was the "how are you today? I'm fine" person. So very few people knew the struggle I was having. Very few people knew that I miss my mom. And still do. And still do. It's been almost 13 years since my mom passed away. Grief is something that never goes away. It just changes through the years. And so I just want to encourage you to run that race. Run that race of grief. Move forward. Don't stay there, because that's not where God wants you to stay. He wants you to use this. He wants you to be coming alongside someone who needs to be encouraged. Whether it's that grief over that loss of that job, whether it's grief over the loss of changing in your household, like a child moving out. It's being there for each other and encouraging each other. And, we're supposed to support one another and encourage one another, lift one another up. So just run that race. Get through that grief, and then let God use it and turn it around so that you can help somebody else out with it. I've been very blessed that over the years I've had several friends that we have commiserated together, for lack of a better word, but we've been through the loss of a parent. And when I went through it initially, I had no friends that had struggled with that type of situation. But knowing that you've got others in your world, and I encourage you, find someone in your world that's gone through something similar to you, and walk beside them as you walk through it. That was a poor choice on my side. I tried to do it myself. I tried to be self-sufficient. But run that race. Run that race that you may win, because God's got a plan for it. And so this is Susan with Life Stories, where God takes your life story and turns it into a love story.